Hey guys, welcome to another video in our metal shaping series. I am Chris Runge and this is the Runge RS. In our last video, we shaped this upper portion of the tail section, and today we're going to jump down to the underside and get that part shaped up and then blend them together. First thing I'm going to do is just remove the existing upper panel here so that I have access to the buck to start creating the lower. As I've shown in my very first video in the series on pattern making, I'm just using paper to get an idea of the shape that the panel will need to take. This tells me where to shrink and where to stretch the metal. From here, I'll lay this out onto the aluminum sheet and cut a general outline of this shape and then transfer that data of shrinking and stretching into my panel. So I've got my paper pattern made, and as you can see, I made two pleats that represent areas that will need to be shrunk on the actual aluminum that I'm going to transfer this pattern onto. Okay, I'm gonna trace this out real quick. So I have a pattern for the next car. Now we're going to find that pocket like we have in previous videos. The pocket meaning kind of the area that I'm going to be stretching as it relates to the areas that will be shrunk. So that's going to be there. And this is a pretty tight radius, so I can pretty much see just how far that pocket is going to be from right here. So right now I'm just going to lay out my general area that I'm going to shrink, and I kind of do these wedged half moon or semicircle type of shapes as I'm shrinking in, and knock it out that way. I'll start with this, but then later on I'll come in and overlap another one here and another one there, just chipping away at that overall radius in these shapes like this. I really don't know exactly how I landed on doing it that way, rather than coming in and doing it just a hard boxed edge. I think because the way that I wheel, it just seems to get everything to blend better that way than having a hard corner right here, by kind of feathering it in and out. And that's the reason that I would do these kind of semicircle shapes as I'm doing my shrinking. So this is looking really good through here. It actually went a lot quicker than I expected. The next section I need to focus on though is through here. I need to grab this and suck it in to wrap around the side. And this radius goes from kind of a sharp radius here and really softens up when I get out here. So that's why I'm going to be shrinking this coming in from the end and drawing it down that way, and then I'll wheel it out and kind of feather it to soften up that underside. All right, so we made some progress, but we still have a ways to go on both sides. It's got to come in quite a lot. Let's see now. Now it's starting to shape in a little better. There we go. So it's slowly bringing these in. Just want to wheel it out, smooth things over, and then get a better idea of where these two sides are hitting. The rest of this is feeling pretty good. The bottom I can come over a little bit, but when I wheel it, that's going to give it some crown through the midsection and wrap that bottom under. So let's put some shape in it on the wheel. All right, so we're going to start out just knocking out the shrunk areas, kind of smooth them over, and then blend this whole panel in as one unit. So I'll start out through the midsection here and use the wheel as more of a planishing device to start with. Okay, now I'm going to roll down into here and do the same thing. Now, you kind of have to think about what is going on in the panel right now. We have these areas that are shrunk up, so they're technically thicker than the parent metal that hasn't been worked yet. And I have my anvils set at a certain distance apart, which causes the panel to smooth. But at the same time, when we start to feather these areas into one another, we're going from a thicker material to thinner. And so that's where you kind of have to be intuitive with your materials and how you have the English wheel set to get these to flow and really become a uniform panel. That's where I think some of the old school guys who only do wheeling to shape their panels may frown upon this method. You know, the guys who use power hammers probably would see things differently. And I think that's what's kind of fascinating about working metal and shaping and coach building, is that there's so many different ways to skin the cat, pun intended, that you can really do a lot of different things to shape metal. Technically, this is not a jag, so we're not skinning a cat. Brought it up a good bit. I'm still about 1.5 inches away from the butt. So really, this bottom section, I don't want to really put much shape in it at all. I just want to flatten it out. So we're going to use a much flatter anvil. I'm going to bump that radius back up to clean this edge up. Let's see how it fits. Let's see if I can add some. These longer panels are always hard. Okay, so the panel is really coming in very close now. The areas that I'm having liftoff, or where it's traveling away from the buck, is primarily out on each corner, and I do have quite a bit of excess material here. So what happens is when you have all that extra material, what I need to do is shrink, and there's no sense in shrinking all this stuff that's going to get cut off because I'm just going to be fighting it. So I'm going to go ahead and trim off each side, and I want to make sure I don't trim off too much because then you got to start over. Okay, now we've got another round of shrinking just to pull in each end, as we have done 3 times already, but it's a process. So we'll draw that in a little bit more, and I think we're pretty much going to be there. Got a pretty nice flow through the whole panel now, so it's looking promising. Let's check that, see how it fits. I'm going to trim this off just a little bit here. So I'm using this kind of waistline rib as a guide for where I'm going to trim this panel off. And all right, so that is looking really good. I'm ready to drill some holes and fasten this thing to the buck just to hold it in place, and then I can put the top piece on and get a feel for how they're flowing together. It's pretty good in the middle. Got to get brought in right there. Right there. All right, I've made a bunch of trips back and forth over to the shrinker and even did a little bit of hand shrinking to really bring this upper lip up and around. And the panel's looking very good right now. We'll go ahead and fit it to the existing panel. I'm just using Clecos to fasten it, or panel pins as some call them. Basically, the Cleco is a temporary reusable rivet. It has a barbed prongs that stick out that grab the two panels, and it's spring loaded, so it's pulling the panels together. There. So at this point, I would call this roughed in. We're very close to the buck, both underneath and inside. I've examined it, and overall, I'm really happy with where this is headed. However, I'm not going to weld this together yet. I've learned my lesson a couple of times on these bigger panels that if you weld one section together like this, you know, it's a pretty large portion of what I have going on here, and I still need to fit this upper deck. So we're going to get that shaped out in the next video and get everything smoothed and flowing together nicely, and then we'll go ahead and start tacking them together and welding up this whole rear clip. So again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you have questions or thoughts about the video, leave a comment and hit the like button. See you next time.